And welcome back to Yokai Watch, played by the SpiffyNeedleGeeks. It's Brawlfan1, Super Sonic 407, and RoushutsuRises. Platinum Rhythm is unfortunately under the weather at this moment, so he'll be absent for the time being. So we finally finished that bulk of a chapter last part, and now we're going to go into the next chapter, which we're going to be in for like 12 more parts.
Yes. Okay. We're at that point in the RPGs where the chapters get longer and longer and like absurdly longer.
Not necessarily because of the story, because remember, like I said, if I just breeze through the story part of it, I would be done with it in like 10-20 minutes. No, it's just all the side shit that becomes available at this point.
I take it including more yokai we haven't run into yet?
More new yokai and more side quests, of course. Because more side quests open up every chapter. Yokai open up whenever you reach a new area or whenever you reach a new rank. So that's just that.
Right.
But that actually does happen in this chapter. So in this chapter, we just ignored. So it's very simple, actually. Spiffy here has a play date with Eddie. She's gonna go hang out with them because I guess he got some new game and he wanted to show it off to her. But first, oh, poor Eddie. Sorry, Eddie, we're gonna be keeping you waiting there for like a couple of weeks, months, a while. First things first. We are going to go into the next rank. We're gonna achieve rank B. Now, we could have technically done this last chapter, but I kind of wanted to wait. Only because, one of the required yokai that we needed to fight was a Tangloom in the construction site. And of course, you needed to actually continue on with the story to complete the construction site. So with all due technicality, you could have started getting rank B yokai in the last chapter if you wanted to. You know, after you saw QB, after you met Koma-san and all that such, but that's really about it.
Okay.
So, just like before, you know, it's a simple task of beating the 3 yokai that Mr. Goodsight asks us to beat in order to prove that we're strong enough to be upgraded. So the first one being Flumpy. Simple enough as is. And actually, I'm gonna think, what were the 3 yokai that he wanted me to beat again? Flumpy, Tangloom I know was one. I think the last one was Mad Mountain. So again, 3 yokai that I'm pretty sure are generally more mischievous yokai. Like, I can't recall off the top of my head if Mr. Goodsight asks you to beat up yokai that aren't, like, inherently mischievous. So. Oh well. Any tangents?
How
about the Nintendo Switch?
Well, considering we did like a 2.5-hour discussion. Now, granted, you weren't around with during that, BJ, so I guess, do you want to give your thoughts?
I'll give my quick initial thoughts. I'm tight in the pants for Fire Emblem Warriors. I can't wait for Breath of the Wild that comes out fairly soon. Mario Odyssey looks really fun. I can't wait for that. I think that's about it in terms of what I actually cared about. Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, I should say this. So, yesterday, Pikachu and I, like, Pikachu recently, she bought a USB external hard drive for her PS4, so that way we can put more games on it. And, actually, real quickly, I should point this out. So, this Leodoni, I don't actually know what causes him to want to show up. I think it's random. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he only shows up in this chapter. But this is you guys, I doubt you guys remember this at all, but there's a minecart in these mines here that at the very beginning of the game we saw, but it was broken, so there was something we can do about it.
Yeah.
Now is finally when we can actually start doing something about it, and start is the key word there, because we still need to be rank A in order to finish it, as you can see by that locked door over there. But this is the first part of it. Okay. So we beat this Leodoni and we get his item. This item is a wheel.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Anyway, like I was saying, so Pikachu bought a USB external hard drive for her PS4, so we can buy more games on it. And you know, we were looking through the PSN store to see what games are there that we may have wanted, what games are coming out soon that we're looking forward to. Like I know Lindsay's really looking forward to like they announced like a new reimagining of like a Harvest Moon game that she really loves. There's that Horizon game that she's really looking forward to. Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, that comes out in like a week. So she's dying for that.
Oh
Then-
yeah.
But then something that I found interesting, that's apparently coming out on the 31st of this month, and I heard nothing about until then, when we were looking through the PSN store and it was just sitting there. There's a new Digimon game coming out. It's called Digimon World, like, next chapter or I forget what it's called. But it was a brand new Digimon game, and I heard nothing about it. And I'm sitting here like, wait, there's a new Digimon game coming out in like weeks? Why am I hearing about this now?
And wasn't the last Digimon game like the Cyber Sleuth or something? Wasn't that one like really well received?
Yeah, it was. And it was also well advertised too. I knew about that game before it came out. I knew about that game months before it came out. But no, then there's this Digimon game that apparently it's been out in Japan for a year now. It's already out in Japan. We're just now getting it in a couple of weeks. But I'm just now hearing about it. Why?
It makes me wonder, like, how they handled advertising for the North American version of this new Digimon game.
That's what BJ is saying. It's practically non-existent compared to Cyber Sleuth.
Right.
Digimon
Okay.
World
I figured as much.
Yeah, and that's
Digimon
just so
World
weird.
Next Order. That's what it's called.
Yeah, and that's just so
Next
weird
Order,
to
that's
me
what it's
because you would think that considering the last Digimon game was, it was very well received, very, financially successful and everything, and everyone loved it apparently. So you think they'd want to advertise the next one after having a massive success. I mean, it's like, you remember what happened with Fire Emblem Awakening? That was like, Awakening came out, everyone loved it, so then when Fates was announced, man, they hyped that like no other.
In which case, so off that topic, now we're gonna get into one of my favorite side quests in the game. So you guys remember Miss Frost here? She runs Frostina's bar here. So she's having a problem that she's gonna ask us to help her with. She just wants black syrup. Simple as that. But she needed to go out and get black syrup, but she didn't have the time to actually leave the bar to go get it. So she's gonna ask us to run this errand for her. So we're gonna do as such. We just give her a black syrup. They're fairly common. Not hard to get. If you need to buy one, you can buy them at the Jungle Hunter store. But there's something else that she actually needs. She needs refreshing herbs. Now these you can't actually get. This is actually a quest exclusive item. So you can't just have it beforehand. Like, you actually need to go to this quest to get it. So it's gonna be out in Mount Wildwoods. So we just have to go up there and get it for her. Simple as that.
Alright.
To Catfish Pond.
Hey, Wakappa. So Wakappa helps us out. He just tells us that you can find some upstream. Except there's a mad mountain there that likes to train there, so we need to be careful not to upset him. Guess what we're gonna do?
It's like, dude, you just took one out. I think this one won't be an issue.
Yeah, and of course he's training right next to where we need to get our herbs. And of course. He's gonna give us a hard time about it. Oh well. Let's just fuck him up.
It's like, I guess you didn't hear about how we beat up your cousin.
That was you? You asshole! He hasn't left his room in weeks! I only beat him up a couple of hours ago.
Oh, God.
Oh well. And if you've beaten one Mad Mountain, you can beat the rest of them. Just remember, they have the stand ability, so you can't just knock him out in one hit. You have to hit him a couple of times.
Yep, held on to one hit point.
They both are. Just two more attacks. That's one, and that's two.
The stand ability. And here I thought only the JoJo's had the stand ability.
You thought wrong, good sir.
I'm not impressed.
I don't even get your reference, but I'm just going to assume you're wrong.
No, you have to watch a JoJo anime in order to get what I'm getting at.
Oh, I'm
anyway.
Oh, he's not done yet.
Whoa. Now he is.
Message for you, sir.
What was that? Okay, whatever. Let's just get the herbs, I guess, while he's out.
What, someone threw a rock at him?
And let's go bring him back to Miss Frost. That was a little odd, but okay. Oh?
Oh, hello.
So, Miss Frost is a yokai?
Miss Frost is a yokai.
Nice.
Remember, she made hints about that earlier too. How remember what she said when we did the Cruiser side quest? We helped the guy who was singing karaoke in her bar. You know, she says this place is open to kids and yokai too. Wink. So she very easily could see yokai, and there's a reason for that. She herself is a yokai, and not just any yokai. My favorite yokai, like my absolute favorite yokai. She gave us her medal, and now we have access to the one and only...
Frostina.
That is aggressively cute.
Frostina is a rank B yokai from the Charming tribe. She's very fast and a very hard-hitting spirit attacker. So Frostina is my favorite yokai because she's based off literally one of my favorite yokai legends. She's based off the Yuki-onna legend, the legend of the woman that dies that freezes to death in the mountains and becomes a spirit that'll lure men up to the mountains, freeze them, and then devour them there.
Huh.
You know,
Okay,
she's also generally based off the same you know that same, you know, the Pokemon Frostlass. She's based off that same legend too.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. So pretty much, being Frostina, she just has very powerful ice magic. You know, she doesn't necessarily possess people, but hell, can she freeze them? And that being said, as I'm sure you could probably have guessed, since she's my favorite yokai, of course, she's our next permanent member of our party.
Okay, that I had a feeling.
Sorry.
How can you say no to your favorite yokai being your party?
So who's getting the boot?
I guess I think Komasan, actually. Well,
you had one job.
Even the little foot twitch.
One job.
The little foot twitch, I think, just sold the whole thing.
Anyway, so I know technically I did break my rule there. That was a side quest, but I had to break it. I wanted to get... That's the only way to get Frostina early. Otherwise, I had to wait until the next chapter to get her. So, and I'm not waiting until the next chapter. If I can get her now, I'm getting her now.
Understandable.
Anyway, Old Saint Trick. Now that we're rank B, let's go after some rank B yokai, starting with this guy. Old Saint Trick is a rank B yokai from the Heartful tribe. He is a fast spirit healer, so we got another healer on our terms here. Old Saint Trick is an interesting yokai. Obviously, he's based off Old Saint Nick, Santa Claus, yada yada. But his possession powers. I actually don't know how to properly explain this thing. Like his story is that he has those three bags there. And the bags, so one bag has something good in it, one bag has something just meh in it, and the last bag has something bad in it. Whenever you're visited by Old Saint Trick, he makes you pick one of the three bags. And then obviously your fate depends on whichever bag you pick. If you pick the good item, good for you. You pick the meh item, nothing happens. Pick the bad item, goodbye. He kidnaps you. Anyway. Now,
what?
And yeah, you can't just tell him that you want all three bags. Honestly, telling him all three bags is just the safest bet, because then he just leaves. Like, he's just like, well, fuck you then, and just leaves.
I was like, you're no fun.
Yeah, so if you don't even want to risk it, just tell him you want all 3 bags, and you're fine, and you'll be good. Anyway, in terms of what he does to people when he possesses them, there is a side quest later on where you need Old Saint Trick to possess a guy, and it's hard to explain. Like, I guess he turns people into game show hosts. Like, he makes people give options to choose. I actually don't... It's kind of confusing, honestly. Like, I guess, like, if you have... He's good to have if, like, you're having a hard time deciding on what to give to somebody, so then he'll make you ask the other person to choose. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I see.
It's beginning to look a lot like friendship.
Old Saint Trick.
Yeah, that's a Santa Claus voice.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Well,
My thoughts exactly.
He's so obvious he's supposed to be Santa Claus, though. So,
I know, but it would be really awkward if, like, he didn't sound like, you know, what you would think Santa would usually sound like. It doesn't sound like, you know, jolly and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
be pretty
Saint
awkward.
Trick.
Anyway, let's end this part by giving our yokai some more dance moves. I love Faustina so much. And one for Castellius. Shake that gold butt.
Yeah, I want. Oh.
And of course, one for Blue Minoko. Kisses.
Mwah.
Anyway, folks, so that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, for this part of Yokai Watch. Join us next time as we continue to go after more Rank B Yokai. We'll see you all then.
All right.